Hola, bom dia, welcome to this week's video. As you probably know, we didn't put a video out last week due to one, the weather, and two, we didn't have a lot of equipment to do the stuff what we wanted to do inside. So we took a trip to Castello and picked up some supplies, as you'll see. But this week's really been doing jobs in between the rain, such as starting the little wall behind. I don't know whether that's going to stay or not. We're just experimenting at the moment. We also had we have a piping issue to the bathroom which the builders left us with, which is the hot and cold water are swapped over, so I'm digging up to try and do some of that and sort that out. But rain stopped play on that as well. So yeah, we've done another couple of jobs. Come along and see what we've been doing.
So this is what I bought whilst we was in Castello. Two quite big storage jars at the back for cereal and granola, and then I bought two at the front there for pasta and rice, and they will go somewhere on there on the shelves that Steve built. I don't know if you can see because I've put them down in the fireplace, but we've just got some plain black tiles. We went to Suffragans in Castello. They've got quite a lot of oddments if you go downstairs. So we got 9 tiles for €5. We also got a bag of mortar and adhesive and grout. Thank you, Alfie. So yeah, we also bought some pipe and some like Jubilee clips because our builders swapped the hot and cold water over. Got them the wrong way around when they built the patio. So obviously we can't dig up the patio, but Steve's going to dig up just near the outside bathroom and swap them back over with those. Just a temporary repair because, as you know, we're going to build an indoor bathroom as soon as we can. That's what I like to see, peaceful dogs. Enjoying the sunshine in early February. Steve working hard, still trying to dig the drainage to make the garden drain the right way, the side garden. He's also dug around this olive tree. I think we're going to do something around that olive tree, bordering. Not quite sure what yet. So if you've got any suggestions, we'd love to hear from you. Today I'm going to attempt to make a carrot cake. I've not made one before, so we'll have to see how it goes. Now this recipe calls for you to put it into 6 little bun tins, so they're individual, but I still haven't got any bun tins yet, so I'm going to have to find just a small dish to put it all in together. And it's supposed to be on 170 degrees. I'm going to put it down to 160. As obviously with it all being together it'll take a little longer to cook. So I've got 3 cups of carrots, 1 cup of chopped walnuts, I have 3 eggs, I'm going to put in 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 3/4 of a cup of vegetable oil, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of baking powder, and then it's half a teaspoon of salt, and the cinnamon, ground cinnamon, is 1.5 teaspoons. So I'm just going to pop all that into this big bowl, and then I'll show you what we do from there. So the carrots, the salt, the walnuts, the cinnamon, the baking soda and the baking powder all go into your dish like that. Two cups of flour, a little bit more sugar than that. One cup of sugar. So just to recap, that's the carrots, flour, sugar, walnuts, vegetable oil. No, I've not got the vegetable oil in, so 3/4 of a cup of vegetable oil. So that's half a cup. I need a 1/4 cup measure. It does say just to put the eggs straight in, but I think I'm going to beat them first. Just to make sure that they mix properly in the mixture. And just mix them all together. If it works out, it seems a very easy recipe. So that's what it looks like when it's all mixed together. So I've just popped it in a casserole dish because, as many of you know, I got rid of quite a lot of bakingware before I came here. I only kept the best of it. Anything that was ready for replacing I got rid of, and I've still not replaced everything, but I think it fits quite nicely into that casserole dish. So I'm just going to pop that in the oven now, and that's on 160 instead of 170 as they recommend. I'll just check the time. So they're saying 25 to 30 minutes. I think it'll probably be more like 40-45, but I will check it after about half an hour. And then you leave it in the pan when you take it out for 5 to 10 minutes before taking the cake out of the tin or pan. So let's see what that turns out like. So that's it out of the oven. I'm just going to leave it for 10 minutes to cool, and then I'll try and get it out in one piece and put it onto a wire rack.
So I've been given the carrot cake to sample, so I always like testing new cakes. So yeah, very nice. That's really nice one.
Good?
Good. Yeah, I like that.
I must say it's one of the easiest recipes I've ever done. It does taste nice, so I think it'll be a firm favourite.
So the last few days I've just been digging some of these, more of this side garden out, and down and round the tree, and we've decided we're going to build a little wall around there, and also where the flower border is going to be. We're going to build a little low wall there, just like a few rocks, not cemented in or anything, just sort of dry stoned. We'll see how we do there, but first of all I'm going to just collect some stone up and bring it round. So I'm just looking to see what we've got around the building. One or two big ones like that for the little wall for the flower bed. We've got quite a few here as well, so I'll start bringing some of these down around from around the other side of the house. And then we've got a lot more in the barns what we'll bring round as well. I also want to separate out some nice thin pieces like this for another project that I have going, or I'm going to do. So as you can probably see, today it's not a very good day. It's windy. It's actually forecast quite a lot of rain. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a tarp over this wood what I collected up. It's drying out quite nicely, so I don't want to get it anywhere, and then as soon as we get some dry weather back again, I'll take the tarp off. So I'm just going to struggle with that because it's quite big and it's quite windy. So I just nicely got started digging some stones out, and the ends have opened, so I'm going to call it quits at that. And I just run around and put a tarp on there, heavy-ish box on the top, a couple of planks, and I've also fastened it to the pallet at the front. I ain't quite got it low enough down, but I'm sure it'll keep most of the water off. Morning! So after being rained off for a couple of days, we're back out. We're trying to still do a little bit to this garden. I'm still digging some of this out. Still bringing stone round to make a little wall to retain where I've dug the soil out, and there's a step. So some of them are really big and really heavy. That's my hand on one. So yeah, they are quite big. And some are not so big obviously, and we'll just use them and stack them up like a dry stone wall. It's not going a lot higher than that stone is there, so it won't need many, I hope. And then we'll see where we're going from there. But it's only to retain the soil behind. Debbie's going to have a flower bed along that edge with well, some flowers and some shrubs, I think. She's already got a couple of lavenders in there. I put these things in last year. We're still waiting to see what happens with them. Apparently they're just like a lily type thing. So we'll see what goes when they come out, if they come out. So we're just going to carry on digging a little bit further along here. One reason is the raised bed, but I filled right to the top when it's got wet, sunk quite a lot, so I'm just going to take some more soil down, level it off. So that's my first job. I've already started, I've got half a barrow full. So I'm just sitting them down just to get an idea of how it's going to look, and so far I'm not liking it. I'm going to carry on a bit, see what it's doing then, and what I might do then is start take them out and then use some smaller stones and stack them more. So I think from here I'm going to use some of these smaller stones, just stack them a bit. It's getting very high, and I think the big stones just make it look a bit numb. So we'll see. do like the smaller stones. I think they just look a bit more to it, but they're a little bit too regular. Yeah, we'll carry on a bit and we'll see what Debbie thinks. I mean, it's only sat down, so it's easy enough just to pull off. Yeah, start rebuilding something different. Now where it was flatter in the middle looks better than the random. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull it out, and the piece after the big stone, I might leave the big stone in still, take the other bigger stone out to the left of it. But this way I've got it flatter, just to the right of the big stone, and then carry on a bit, another big stone or something like that, and then at the end I've got like a triangular stone what will fit just nicely at the end to sort of make a line up. But yeah, I like the flatter better. I will have a word with Debbie, see whether she likes it flatter better or a bit more random, but we've got loads of stone anyway, so it doesn't really matter, and some of this will split flatter anyway. So it's a bit trial and error at the moment, and just see what's going. Yeah, so I've still only got like a 2-foot section in the middle to the right of the stone what I like. I'm going to have to get some more flatter stones. We've got loads in the barn. I need to empty my wheelbarrow to do that, so yeah. And then these bigger ones we'll just randomise somewhere, maybe in the beds themselves, just to give a bit of a feature rather than just a flat soil bank, but we'll sort that out later. I'm still leaving the really big one there, and I'm going to leave a really big one at this end when we get to that. I don't know whether you can see that there, because that's got sort of a V shape on it, so it'll just sit nicely sort of to direct up that banking, because that's really my only entrance. We'll maybe put some steps there at some point, but we aren't even sure what we're doing with this side garden at the moment, apart from the flower bed at the back, which Debbie's going to come out and weed it all at some point. I'm scraping the top off as I'm getting soil out, so yeah, and we're still sloping it away from the building as well, so yeah, it's going to be a long job. This was a bit of an experiment to see, because I've got loads of stone kicking about and I want it moving. It was whether to put it here or find somewhere else to stack it. So yeah, we'll get on a bit more and see how we go. So I've just moved a few of them. I think that looks a little bit better. It's not quite as random. But Rin's stopping play at the moment again. Keep showering on and off, and it does look a bit black now, so I've got a wheelbarrow full of soil which I need to move before it rains any harder. So I'm going to call it a day at that. Get that wheelbarrow sorted out and get back inside. So today we're going to have a go at sorting the pipework out. It's been wanting to do it for a while. When the builders put the patio down, they had to lower the pipes, and it seems like when they've relaid them, they've swapped them round, so we've got hot going to the toilet and the cold taps in the bathroom. So I'm going to see if I can dig the pipes up, if I can find them, and just do a temporary swap on them, because the bathroom's not staying there too long, I hope. So the pipes come out about a foot away from the door, going towards the side of the house, and run under the patio here somewhere and come out down here. But obviously I don't want to dig the patio up. I don't want to dig in front of the step, so I'm going to see if I can get down near the bit near the bathroom and dig it up there. I've got a rough idea of the route, but I ain't dead certain, so what I'm going to do is dig acrossways, see if I can find it, and then I'll dig out a channel. So what was underground was these steel pipes, and what I'm going to try and do is cut a section out of the steel pipes when I find them and put these in, which is just slightly bigger, smaller opening than this pipe. I'm hoping I can heat it up and push them together, and then have some of these type clamps to clamp it onto it. These are very strong type of, well, I'd say they were a type of Jubilee clip type thing, but they are bolted, so they do make a really tight bond. So we'll get on, we'll see if we can find the pipes down there. When we get into them, we'll chop them up, see if we can either heat this up and get it on, or just hollow it out a little bit more so we can start it, get it pushed on, and clamp it on. So we'll get on with that. So what I'm going to do is just scrape a patch of this stone sidewards, because I don't know exactly what line it's in, and then start digging down a bit, and hopefully I'll come across the pipe. So I'm about 8 inches to a foot down. I set off over here. I've got a sort of 2 foot track. I honestly expected to find the pipe by now. It didn't seem very deep when it was under the ground, what was under the patio. Probably, yeah, only 4 inches or so. Allowing for the concrete what was on the top, 6-8 inches in total, so I thought with a foot I'd probably be to it. I'm hitting a lot of schist, about, you know, 6 inches by 4 inches, flat bits. I thought they might be covering the pipe, but no sign of yet, so I'll carry on and we'll see where we get to. I'll show you when we get a bit further. So as you can probably see, I've got quite a way down, and I've hit what looks like a bit of schist, but it's a big bit. It could be the schist bed what the ground's been built on, or it could be something that's covering the pipes. I'm going to start going a little bit more sidewards, see if I can find anything, because I would have thought I'd be at the depth of the pipe by now. And just as an add-on to that, Debbie's just reminded me that inside the where the water pipes ran was an electrical cable for the power into the bathroom as well, so I definitely can't pickaxe it. So I'm just scraping roundabout from one side to the other at the moment, just to get it a little bit deeper. Still no sign of anything, so I'm going to scrape all this lot back to that hole. Well, no, I'm going to dig half of it out and then scrape it across, see if I'm getting anywhere there. So I've got this about 2 foot in places. I've just dragged some muck back into it, and just as I was saying, it's going to be further over and it'll just be about 4 inches down instead of this depth. And I don't know whether you can see it, but just at this corner I've found it. So that's the outer plastic cover. So I'll dig this lot back in, dig that out, and then I'm going to dig a trench long ways on, going further towards the bathroom, so that I've got enough room to work. So as you can probably see, Debbie's there doing some weeding of the raised beds while I'm digging all this out. So she's getting on with her jobs today, and I've got mine to do, so yeah. So as you can see, I've got the pipe opened up a good way. That's the pipe cover actually. There's 2 pipes inside that and an electric cable. But I need room underneath, 1 to cut it all open and 2 to work around when I'm putting the pipe, joining the pipes back together. So digging's not over yet. So that's the pipe dug out. There's 2 pipes in there and an electrical cable, so that plastic wants opening up. What I want to do is try and slice it long ways down and then across, and see if I can peel a piece out so I can put it around the pipes again when I've got them connected. It's looking like rain at the moment, and it's the only water supply we've got. If I cut that, there's no way of turning the water off apart from turning the borehole pump off, which leaves us with no water whatsoever. And it's getting a bit late in the afternoon now, so I think I'm going to leave it at that, so we don't get any water into that pipe, so it don't get into the electrics or anything like that, and we'll set off again tomorrow if it's clear. So that's all for this week. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again next week, and don't forget the links for Instagram and Facebook below. Bye!